Hey guys, I'm sorry.
You should be. We have to change our style and actually edit a video, but you'll see why.
We talked too long. Hello and good evening, and welcome to our recap of National Best Friend Day. Also, we went to a ballpark.
And we are now 1/3 of the way through the 30 in 30 for 30 voyage.
Yeah, that too.
National Best Friends Day.
Yeah.
It's like perfect.
Yeah.
It's like we planned it that way.
Yeah.
We're going to tell people we planned it that way,
you didn't remember and get me anything, but I remembered.
What did you give me?
This video.
Wow. You couldn't come up with anything better
Nope,
on the top of your head?
couldn't come up with
That's
Alright, we composed ourselves after our little giggle fits that we fell into.
Have we?
Tim, yeah, I have.
Oh, okay.
I have.
It was National Best Friends Day.
It was.
And it was very apropos.
The gift that I'm giving to you is that I'm going to start driving in the next 20 minutes. And I'm going to let you sleep.
Thank you. Tomorrow is going to be a rather difficult day. We left right after the game. We are heading back to Chicago. We're both very excited to be back in Chicago. But
Sleeping in my bed.
well, while Brian gets to sleep in his bed, I'm dropping him off and heading to the office. I actually have to go into the office tomorrow since I'm in town, and I'll be working about a half day, so there will be no sleeping for me tomorrow at all. By the time I get home and take care of all the meetings and everything I have, it's maybe an hour or two of sleep before we gotta be up for the White Sox.
Okay, let's talk about the Twins game today.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm ready. Let's talk about the Twins.
So Target Field, before setting the stage, Target Field being one of the newest stadiums was supposed to be a really big comparison point for us as far as being able to relate it to other stadiums and seeing what we liked about it and so forth. I think we'll end this with what we thought of the stadium, but let's just go through some of the minutia first.
Yes.
I thought that there were some really cool aspects. I thought that the venue felt very intimate.
Yes.
There didn't seem like there were too many bad seats in the house. There may have been a couple out in that upper deck outfield area, but it was pretty great.
It was quite a juxtaposition to do Kauffman yesterday and then Target today.
Kauffman varied this, Target Field varied that.
Yes.
See, it's the hand motions too.
Yes.
If we're more...
Yeah, put down these shadows over your face. Your mom's gonna comment on this video and tell us she doesn't like the shadows.
Anyway, the old-timey signs I thought were cool, the neon signs. I know that you made fun of me for it, but I really did appreciate the fact that because they're static, I was like, oh, this is just a neon sign. But then when a home run happened, the two twins shake. I assume they're twins.
Yeah, it's the St. Paul and Minneapolis.
They shake hands.
It was fine. It's neon lights.
Why are you hating on that?
It's just not that. It's fine. They go from like this to like this. Now I'm doing hand motions, but sorry, I can't do.
How about you just ask me to shake my hand?
Oh yeah, there we go. They just do that. That's it. That's the whole. There, we just reenacted the middle of the.
And I thought it was interesting because you didn't think that they moved.
I didn't find it that interesting. That's
Clearly, okay.
That's all.
What did you find interesting?
Well,
please talk about music. I'm sure that's what you're dying to talk about anyway.
Well, funny you should bring it up, Tim. The seventh inning stretch, which is something that I notice every game.
I actually think our listening audience doesn't know that yet. You should tell them.
Tim knows it because I talk about it all the time. So, in the seventh inning stretch, the Twins fans, instead of singing "Root for the
Twins," which is what.
Right, in every other ballpark, it's like insert name of home team into there. They actually said root for the home team. Like, they're so nice in Minnesota that they don't want to. Well, we don't want to change the words and offend
There might be some Twins fans. There might be some Royals fans in the crowd. We don't want to offend them.
I took video of it because I've been taking video of all the seventh inning stretches. I'm gonna insert it right here, and you can hear what's happening.
Wow, that was amazing. I can't believe how that they didn't say root for the Twins.
I know, it's amazing. Gosh, I hope I edit that in because if I don't,
that's gonna be really
silly. Yeah.
But in all honesty, the section we were sitting in, while a lot of people did seem like they knew each other, everybody, even when it wasn't in that section, was incredibly cordial.
Yep.
It was a very hospitable atmosphere, to the point where they're not even going to insult your team potentially.
Yeah.
That part of it was interesting. I thought the crowd much older in average age than a lot of the other crowds we've seen.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of younger kids. It was a Monday night. It is fair. It's Monday, right?
Yeah,
so it was a Monday night. So not exactly the same crowds that we've been seeing on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, very true.
Yeah, especially that Saturday crowd in Denver. That was
a little ruckus.
Yeah.
No, I thought the field was interesting. So it's a brand new stadium.
Yeah.
The field itself, the actual playing surface, very patchy.
Yeah.
Like this wasn't a Petco situation, which, by the way, the Petco situation was there's a very clearly defined line of dead grass at Petco, and you're thinking to yourself, this is a major league ballpark, and you have dead grass in it.
Yeah.
And the answer was there was a concert there, and people had just destroyed the field. Well, this is not that. There were many different, like, weird splotchy areas, and they patched it with different colored grass. It looked very. I was gonna say bush league, and it's a perfect baseball euphemism, but it just looked unprofessional, which I thought was interesting, especially for such a new place.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's an explanation. I just don't know what it could be.
Yeah. But before we get to actually talking about what we think of Target Field, thank you to the Twins for being cool enough to, the second we got in the stadium, actually even before we got in the stadium, their social media group had already reached out to us and welcomed us with open arms and 2 gift bags. So thank you very much for being cool. In their digital media center, that was actually also a little.
Our tickets included $10 worth of concessions, and it was loaded on the ticket, so you could you scanned it at the cashier for the food, so we were like forced to eat again.
But it also registered how much you had on it, so if you didn't spend the entire amount, it was then carried over, and you could just keep bringing the ticket to other counters.
And they gave you a receipt of how much money you had left on the ticket.
It felt very much like in college when you have the rechargeable little card that your parents will use, and as you continue to spend money on it, they can eventually load it back up. Rank it, do it.
Okay. I think the field is above average. It's not my favorite. Here's the thing. I didn't really like the atmosphere.
Okay.
But But when I think of all the individual aspects of the field, I liked it. Like, I liked all the things that they did. So I can't say that I didn't like the field, but what I didn't like were where everything is just gray, which I didn't like. There's a lot of gray.
Sure.
I know that's a Target thing. So I didn't like that. But
you know, it sounds like
there's just so much of it.
It sounds like you're a little torn between how you really feel and how the rankings are going to come out numerically.
Yeah.
It sounds like this could be your Petco.
It's not my.
No, I think it could be your Petco. Have we found your
Petco?
Petco? Please, have we found your Petco?
No, you're insane. Petco's a good park. So, well, how did you feel about the park?
I'm coming around to it. No, it was a great park, but for as new as it was, I think I had higher expectations. I would put it somewhere right in the middle. I would say that in my own personal rankings, there were probably 4 stadiums better than it that we've seen. Okay. I'd put AT&T above it. I'd put Kauffman above it. I'd put Coors and Safeco above it. Maybe Petco. Maybe. And you'd have to do a lot of begging and pleading for that.
I'm not gonna. It's no longer National Best Friends Day, so I don't have to do that.
Oh. But that was going to be our sign-off. At least I wanted it to be.
Well, it still can't be. We were just in the Western Time Zone like 2 days ago, so it's still
and Mountain. Yeah. Well, so tomorrow is the White Sox. We have to get to the ballpark extremely early tomorrow. So our recap, well, depending on when Brian can post it. In fairness, I give Brian
National Best Friends Day.
In fairness, I give Brian a hard time, but he's the one who posts all the videos, so I give him kudos.
Thanks.
Assuming he can post it, it may be a lot earlier than usual. But
and I give Tim a hard time, but
I do nothing, so it's okay.
Yeah, he criticizes me all the time, so
it's cool.
And then we can't. All right.
So in any case,
yes.
we will be at the cell tomorrow, and we'll do our recap then. And Sean's asleep, so he can't do his sign-off. So the sign-off will be Happy National Best Friends Day.
Oh, there it is.
And he woke up.
And a peace sign. Peace.